The banjo music and the song you're about to hear is Dan Emmett's "The Boatman Dance," written the same year the Stone Arch Bridge was completed, to tell about the antics of the Ohio River boatmen of those days.
Loose and cram me in the calaboose and dance, boatman, dance, oh dance, boatman, dance, dance all night till broad daylight and go home with the gals in the morning. Catch my sheepy, catch my shoat, and put him in a bag and throw him in the boat. And dance, the boatman, dance, oh dance, the boatman, dance, dance all night till broad daylight and go home with the gals in the morning. High road, boatman, go from Don River to Ohio. High road, boatman, go from Don River to Ohio. The boatman is a thrifty man, as none can do as the boatman can. Never seen a pretty gal in my life, but that she was the boatman's wife. And dance, the boatman, dance, oh dance, the boatman, dance. Dance all night till broad daylight and go home with the gals in the morning.
Welcome to the Mill Creek in Cincinnati. You can find the text of a more comprehensive version of this introduction to the Mill Creek on the Facebook pages for both Paddlefest and Mill Creek, Cincinnati. The Shawnee Native Americans called this waterway Makatiwa, referencing the dark, rich soil and dense tree canopy which supported a rich wildlife habitat in the valley. Even today, the Mill Creek has remained an important wildlife corridor along its 28-mile length. Our Mill Creek was part of the north-flowing Taze River system until about 400,000 years ago. During the Illinois Glacier, water from the east caused the overflow that formed the Ohio and Mill Creek we know today. The name Mill Creek was first used in 1787 by the speculators who contracted to divide this area up to sell to white settlers, but there were no mills since this was Indian territory. In 1792, General Anthony Wayne was sent by President Washington to get rid of the Native Americans, so he set up his training camp at the present-day site of the Barrier Dam, and from there he went on to defeat the Indians at the Battle of Fallen Timbers. The Mill Creek Valley became a major transportation corridor, which is why in this half-mile tour you will see a bridge, which is still covered with a dirt surface, the stone arch remains of a canal, 4 railroad bridges, and 3 paved road bridges. Unfortunately, during the settlement period, the Mill Creek was turned into an open sewer. It became so bad that in 1863, Cincinnati decided to build a combined sewer system to carry both wastewater and stormwater directly to the Ohio River. But it wasn't until 1959 that anything was done to help the Ohio River with the construction of the Guest Street wastewater treatment plant that you will pass on today's tour. After 8 major Mill Creek Valley floods caused by the Ohio River floods, the barrier dam was completed in 1948, which includes a 1.5-mile-long series of structures, including earthen levees, concrete walls, flood wall gates, and the giant water gate that you will go through on today's tour. The Mill Creek Yacht Club had its first canoe trip in April 1994, and since that time has conducted over 170 trips. But paddling the Mill Creek is not advisable without the yacht club type guidance because of its oddities. For example, the Mill Creek falls almost 12 feet per mile, causing it to have a lot of current, especially when there's not much depth, and there are a lot of bridges, man-made, low-head dams, and rock falls that were not designed with boating in mind. The creek is also susceptible to flash flooding, but in its role as an estuary of the Ohio River, when the Ohio River is high, the Mill Creek backs up to become an amazingly calm waterway. The oldest man-made feature that you will encounter on today's Mill Creek tour is the Stone Arch Bridge, which was built to carry the Cincinnati and Whitewater Canal over the Mill Creek. It was opened for use in 1843, but was sold in 1862 to a railroad company which laid its tracks along the canal's route.